So last week, an appeals court in Washington, D.C. said that the DOJ had to release the information about Bill Barr lying to the American public about what was actually in the Mueller report with regard to Donald Trump's crimes. And yes, that appeals court specifically said Bill Barr, Donald Trump's attorney general, lied to the American public about what was in that Mueller report. So this week, of course, the DOJ did release that memo. And the memo shows that other members of course, the Department of Justice were encouraging Bill Barr to come out and basically throw cold water on the Mueller report, because if he doesn't do that, people are going to see that Trump obstructed justice. And of course, as we all know, the Mueller report had at least 10 different instances of Donald Trump obstructing justice. But days before that came out, that's when Bill Barr showed up at that podium, did his little speech and said, there's no obstruction of justice, there's no crimes. Donald Trump is completely innocent. This Mueller report completely exonerates him, Bill Barr told us with a straight face. No crimes at all. And of course, he said you can't have obstruction if there's no crime committed, which is a legal fallacy, by the way. You can have obstruction of justice even if there was no crime committed. But nevertheless, that's what Bill Barr told us. And now we know that they did that intentionally to lie to us so that we wouldn't know that Trump committed crimes. That is the ruling of that court. That is what this week's memo reveals. And now we're just kind of stuck in this situation, right? Because there's no need to go on with that story. That's the end of the story. So the big question is, of course, what do we do now? Nothing? We just have to sit here and accept the fact that Donald Trump committed 10 different crimes during the course of that investigation and nothing bad happened to him? He didn't get impeached for it. He didn't get impeached for anything in the Mueller report. Congress didn't pursue obstruction of justice charges. The DOJ, operating from a memo from the Nixon era, says, well, we can't prosecute the president, which is total BS. That's not a legal standing with the DOJ, folks. That is literally a memo from the Nixon era because they didn't want them to prosecute Nixon. And we just got to live with that. We just got to live with that. That's what pisses me off so much about this story, is the helplessness that it makes you feel. Like, this court told us Bill Barr lied, Trump did commit crimes. And there is nothing we can do about it. They're not going to reopen investigations. They're not going to appoint a special prosecutor to go after this. You know, this was 4 or 5 years ago. Hell, we might have even hit the statute of limitations at this point. I don't know. I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that particular piece. And that's just what it is. He did it. Bill Barr lied. Bill Barr's not going to be held accountable. He's not in office anymore. Can't impeach him. Can't prosecute him for that because he was technically giving us his interpretation of it. It is what it is. Which is why we have to hope that these current investigations into Donald Trump actually bring him down. Because I am sick and tired of watching this man get away with everything under the sun, whether it's big, whether it's small, it doesn't matter. He has acted above the law for long before he even came into office. And it's time for something, anything. I don't even care which investigation it is. New York, Georgia, D.C., whichever one. I don't even care if it's one of the damn 22 civil trials he's facing. Something needs to take this man down. Something, somewhere, at some point, has to hold him accountable. Because if not, then I guess at that point, nothing matters anymore.
I know what a lot of you out there are thinking. You're thinking, wouldn't it be amazing if you could wear the Ring of Fire logo across your chest? Well, now you can. Just head on over to our Teespring page to find some awesome merch we're offering for our viewers. We have more designs that are going to be added in the near future, so just follow the link in the description or take a peek at the shelf of merchandise under this video. Thanks for watching.